everything's all good. I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian and Kourtney Kardashian are back to normal, kind of. Access Hollywood is breaking down the top moments from this week's episode of The Kardashians, from Kourtney and Kim talking about parenting, to the Poosh founder revealing how she and Penelope Disick really feel about Tristan Thompson. In the latest episode of the hit reality show, Kim and Kourtney explained how they managed to move past their differences.
Knowing that the goal was like not about who's right or wrong, just like moving past it and getting to a better place. And then once we were through the edit, I feel like it was
like, we can breathe.
We can move on.
We can be cool.
Know that everything's okay.
Yeah. Nothing really like we didn't have a talk, like nothing even really happened. I think we're just all kind of the same, where we just don't want to have a deep talk about it. We just want to move on. Just sweep it under the rug.
Just move on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Sweep, sweep.
Oh.
But no matter what, Kim says she can always go to Kourtney for parenting advice.
Kourtney's definitely the one that I go to for my mom advice, and like I think her and I have like a lot in common when it comes to parenting stuff.
I think
She's
we
had
also
more
have
experience.
older kids,
Yeah.
and so we go through more similar things.
No matter what, like she'd drop anything for us to have like parenting advice. I don't care what kind of fight we're in. Like she knows the kind of that I'd be going through. I can understand the kind of that she'd be going through, and that's how our relationship's always been.
Kourt gave her younger sister some advice after Kim opened up to her about how hard it is spending equal time with each of her kids.
And then nothing was good enough. I took Saint on his trip. He was so excited, but then North was furious and she wouldn't speak to me because she didn't get an alone trip. And I'm like, you always get alone trips.
But what if you don't make it so extreme and do like a private dinner with North or something? Go on a walk, go on a hike, go to tea. Even if you spend like, I'll do with Rain, like where we're just sitting and like talking and like have like real focused attention.
Yeah, I need to do that.
It doesn't have to be like a crazy thing, you know?
And even though they were raised in the same household, fans got to see just how differently Kim and Kourtney's parenting styles really are.
I think I have a more gentle approach with my kids. I find with my kids that coming from a more loving approach works best.
And I feel that way, but with a little bit of tough love in there too, and a little bit of frazzled. What the is going on? Get the over here. Her like energy also. It's like, go to bed. I'd be like, it's 10 o'clock and you're still up. Go to bed. Like, you're driving me crazy, you know? So I definitely think we're different, like, in that way.
Yes.
You know? I get frazzled.
Even though they approach parenting differently, they are going through similar issues with their kids. During their candid chat, the two bonded over how their children compare living with them versus living with their dads.
And North, she'll go to her dad. She'll be like, Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security. He lives in an apartment. And she'll start crying. Why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have an apartment.
They do that at Scott's too. Like, Dad has the best house. Your house sucks. He has the best house. It's not super big. The vibe's better. I feel like everything falls on the parent that's like more involved.
Yeah.
On the topic of exes, Kourtney told the cameras how she and her daughter, Penelope Disick, really feel about Khloé Kardashian's ex, Tristan Thompson.
I feel like we all like brush it off and are fine. And then I was just like so triggered and I was like, I just can't do it anymore. Like, I just can't.
Tristan has made horrible decisions and choices, you know, with my sister. There's times when I'm so triggered by him, I can't be around him. And then there's times when I just let it go because we just want harmony. And, you know, he's the father of my niece and nephew.
During a confessional, Coco admitted she knows how Penelope feels and is okay with it.
I'm really proud of myself for where me and Tristan are and how I am able to allow him to be the father he wants to be, but Where I am at with Tristan has nothing to do with what I expect my family members to do. If Penelope has her feelings about Tristan, rightfully so, and good for you, girl.
The Good American co-founder then explained why she isn't stopping her niece from feeling this way.
I want Penelope to have these feelings, and I don't want to talk her out of them because I don't want this behavior to be something that I'm validating or I'm justifying. I want her to know that how she's feeling is the right way to feel. We should not accept someone treating us like this.
Despite the ups and downs, Khloé and Tristan are on good terms and continue to co-parent their 2 kids. But as much as the Good American co-founder wants to live her own life, she can't seem to escape her ex. Literally. In the episode, Khloé revealed she owns land in Palm Springs, California with the NBA star.
Tristan and I bought 2 lots together in Palm Springs when we were together. Here we are, many moons later, and we still own these lots together. And I definitely think that Tristan won't give up his end of the lot.
I don't even want to build.
Yeah.
Hopefully, time will get the best of him and he'll sell me the other half.
But it doesn't look like Tristan wants to sell his lot anytime soon.
Or we could just split our lots back in 2, and you can have one and I could have one, but then we're still next to each other.
That makes no point. You might as well just, you know?
They
Tristan's
were twice
hoping
the
I'm
price.
gonna forget.
I'll never forget. We continue to, you know,
Work on yourself?
work on yourself and, you know, keep chipping away.
Wish I could work on forgetting things. I just can't anymore.
Let time figure it out.
Like I said, I looked.
Let time
I
figure
looked
it out.
at every
Tristan.
lot.
Right now, he is convinced that we are going to build this house, and I don't know if he thinks that we're going to do this like together as in a couple, or we're just doing this and we're going to like have a co-op and we're just going to like share this home that we built together.
Regardless, Khloé is optimistic that they'll figure it out in time. Tristan isn't the only person Khloé was having a serious conversation with. She had a candid talk with her mom, Kris Jenner, over how she manages her.
Like, I don't have a management team. You are only there until the contract is signed, and then you dissipate until you want to bring me a next contract, which that's your choice. You're in your 60s. You've managed your ass off for all of us. You've got us to all where we are. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just pointing it out. I don't have a middleman to go to say, I need help here, X, Y, and Z. You have no idea how I don't sleep, how I can't do any of the things that I should be doing because I'm trying to fix the ups that have happened.
I understand that.
Kris then explained to her that this podcast opportunity would be different, but Coco doesn't seem to believe her.
I don't trust that because I've never had a team built in one of the other jobs I've ever had since I've been working for you.
Well, you and I disagree.
Things quickly took a turn after Khloé got frustrated with her mom because she wasn't listening to her.
I'm never heard. We put a Band-Aid over a bullet hole.
Oh my God.
And she likes to patronize me and be like, oh no, everything's fine, we'll work on it. It's all bull. I'm so turned off from all of this.
You don't even understand what I'm saying, okay? Because you're just somewhere else. You're spiraling.
The mom of 2 then reveals in a confessional why this conversation really triggered her.
I don't know if my mom fully understands everything that's happening in my life. I don't know, I don't have a lot of expectations, I guess.
Why?
Without expectations, you don't get hurt with anything. I think I've had so many expectations for so many years, and they've always fallen short. And so it's just easier to just not expect anything and then just be grateful with what you get. I don't know. Maybe it's like a defense mechanism, I have no idea, but it's what serves me better.
This week's episode has some serious moments as cameras followed Kim and Malika to a prison in California.
One of the most disconcerting things that I saw was just people inside cages, 12 foot high and probably only like this wide, maybe only like 3 feet wide. But I think I want to be really clear. I believe that if someone does commit a violent crime, there has to be consequences. I think sometimes people feel like anyone that works on reform is just super easy on crime, and that's not the case. you can see someone's rap sheet and then just automatically form an opinion of them. But then if you understand why they got to the place that led them to make those decisions, you would completely change your mind. Some really deserve second chances, and just being open to hearing their story, I think, is just super important.
The two ladies then spoke with former inmates and learned what they're doing to help break the cycles that can lead someone into prison.
We're doing this on the opposite end of the pipeline. People already get into prisons, and we're trying to find a way to get them out, not return. We need to start at the beginning of that pipeline to say, how can we stop the flow of them ever getting in to begin with? And what comes with that is healthier families, healthier communities. That is how you stop the transgenerational mass incarceration or poverty or gangs, as you mentioned.
That isn't the only time fans got to see what Kim was up to. They also witnessed her take Kourtney's advice as she spent some quality time cooking with her daughter, Northwest. In a confessional, the reality star explained why North is her biggest lesson in life.
Kourtney always says North is my lesson on this planet.
What does that mean? She's your lesson.
It means that I'm supposed to learn even more patience. She teaches me patience.
North isn't the only Kardashian-Jenner kid featured in this week's episode. Stormy Webster and Tristan Thompson made an appearance too. Kris took her two granddaughters to a farm in Santa Barbara, but the fun outing was interrupted by an unexpected guest.
Is that your mom?
Khloé followed Kris and took over her day with the kids.
Listen, I know my mom obviously birthed 6 kids, but it's been a minute. And I can't handle this stress, and trust me, my mom does not want me to be calling her nonstop, so I'm just gonna go.
And the second Coco arrived, Kris got jealous.
5 minutes ago, they didn't even know she existed. All they cared about was the donkey and the ponies and the pigs and the goats. They didn't care about where Mom was.
Mom, can I ride a horse? Let's go up to the horse stable.
Yeah, of course.
But if Khloé comes riding in, can't handle a little competition.
I don't like walking.
You don't like walking? Well, do you want me to carry you? Mom, you can't carry her.
Yeah, I can.
You have a bad hip. Here.
Not anymore. That's why. It's titanium.
Thankfully, the ladies managed to have a great time on the ranch.
I have had the best time because I got to take my granddaughters on an adventure. And
I snuck along.
And this one surprised me. Oh boy. She's like my bonus kid today. So we had a really great time. I love sharing.
I'm really your kid.
I know, but like the bonus of having one of you with me. Like an extra bonus, like a little surprise. Yeah, yay.